Welcome back to Top List Galore. Guess what, guys? We're back with another 10 predators who said, hey, you think because I'm locked in these cages behind these bars that I will not absolutely hunt you down and eat you? You got another thing coming. Buddy, the hunting instinct simply doesn't go away that easily, and these animals certainly surprise their prey on these days. To be fair though, a lot of these prey animals that live in Europe have never seen a freaking tiger or lion in the wild, so they are absolutely forgiven for not knowing that they will be killed if they get too close to one of these giant cats. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure to turn on those notifications. Time to get started. You ever see that guy who is really cocky and just keeps making fun of the bigger guy until finally he gets taken down? Well, this duck kind of reminds me of that. I would also think that if it wasn't for the fact that the zookeepers actually threw this bird into the water, and I am pretty sure they disabled his flying ability right before this, that's why he wasn't flying away. Either way, there are 6 tigers who are having the time of their lives, so they are not going to stop hunting or playing as they think they are doing, and they finally catch him. I kind of think of that 6th tiger outside the water thinking that he wants to get into the action, but is unsure because by the time he gets there, that duck will probably be dead. And now he has FOMO because that duck survived for quite a while. Are you ready for an absolutely savage video that involves an otter and a heron? Well, here we go. These cute otters have just gotten some fish and are enjoying this meal when this giant ass bird comes in trying to steal it from one of the babies. Well, cute mama turns into a freaking demon. Just look at that freaking otter killing the bird in the slowest possible way by going for its spine and basically paralyzing it, and then a freaking fight breaks out over who gets to eat it. If you are still unaware, otters are absolute killers. They are insane, and the giant river otter can take down a caiman, so just watch out because their cuteness is very deceiving. I have seen that video where a bear rescues a bird from a pond in its enclosure. Well, this is not that video. Come on, babe. This gigantic bear was not having any of this invader in his enclosure. Well, I guess technically he was having all of it because he went and killed it and ate it. This is also one of the few animals that didn't waste any time and just started eating it right away. The only funny part about this video is how the bear didn't want to go into the water at first. He's just kind of pawing at the water trying to get it to go towards him. But then he has to get in the water and does it just like a fat person getting into the water. So now we have a lion playing with his food.
He killed it and now he's eating it. Oh my gosh,
This meal is just an appetizer for this giant lion, as he's just kind of taking tiny little bites, making this meal last longer, like we all do when we get our favorite dessert.
They have flies and it's eating their ear. That is gross.
All these birds just landed in some of the worst enclosures possible. I mean, they probably land in other enclosures also and feel safe, so they deem the entire zoo to be safe. But there are dark spots where you shouldn't go, according to Mufasa. This poor bird found out not to go there the hard way. We have seen killer whales attack birds in captivity, but I have never seen another water-dwelling creature kill another animal that is locked with him. Here we have a hammerhead shark attacking a stingray. This happened at the Adventure Aquarium, and this giant hammerhead just did what came naturally and killed a stingray. Hammerheads are basically designed to kill stingrays, as some have been observed to pin them down with their heads and eat at the ray's wings. That is just savage. Here, he just eats the wings straight up. Once the blood is unclogged, all the other sharks naturally head there to get a taste, and well, they end up killing the stingray in a gangbang type style. Dude, that stingray was still swimming after that bite. I thought he was just going to sink down and try to hide at the bottom or something. Here we have a tiger who was able to hunt down a peacock that got into his enclosure. We don't have the first part where the actual attack happens, but based on where he caught the bird, it seems that he got cornered and there was nowhere to go, so the tiger got it against the fence. This appears to be a female peacock, and the tiger sure does take his freaking sweet time killing it. It shows that it still likes its final quick killing bite, or maybe it just wanted to play around, since I am sure they are fed pretty well at most of these places. Apparently, some of the females and lion prides have been seen killing the male lion, as they have deemed him not to be a good leader anymore, and is too old to be their king. Well, this was seen in captivity at some zoo in America. At first, it seems that the females are just teaching this male a lesson, and are taking control. But soon things take a turn for the worst, and they just kill him. Usually in the wild, the females drive the failing older male lion away, but in captivity there is nowhere to go. So they continue their attack and eventually kill the male lion. This one happened at the Smithsonian Park National Zoo in Washington, D.C., when a poor deer accidentally got into the lion exhibit.
Nava certainly didn't think they were doing anything wrong when they hunted a wild baby deer on Sunday.
This is a baby deer that somehow got in there. I don't even know how it got in there. Is the enclosure like right at the edge of the zoo? Or did this freaking deer just walk around the entire zoo and then just jumped into the worst possible enclosure? Somehow the deer was able to get away into the water, and the lions were called back into their enclosed pens. I guess the lions were really showing their inexperience in hunting here, but unfortunately for the deer, they were able to injure it a ton, which led zoo officials to put the deer down. This rare white tiger has just spotted a migratory bird and is ready to hunt. That's some pretty good stalking by this captive tiger, and he is able to get really close to that bird, but he is still able to take off. What the hell just happened to the bird? It was already gone. It could have just flown straight up. I think that the top of the fence that is tilted into the enclosure tricked the bird, and he didn't think that he could fly any higher. Thus, it leads him to crash into the fence. This all leads to the other tiger getting in on the action. The second tiger didn't really do anything, but just watching two captive tigers turning on their hunting instincts is pretty amazing to see. Poor bird didn't stand a chance after falling on the ground. Let's end with one of the craziest hunting scenes in captivity I've ever seen. That's a lion at the zoo getting a look at the peacock who stupidly landed in his enclosure. And well, that was the biggest mistake of its life. Man, when the peacock was able to duck and dodge the initial attack like a freaking great boxer, I thought he might have a chance to get away, but it was not to be. He needs way too much space to be able to take off. The lion is just mostly stepping on his back feathers, which just keeps pushing him down as he's about to get off the ground, which means that he got killed because of his sex feathers. I mean, those feathers are used to get female peacocks at the end of the day. Not only do these animals still have those hunting instincts, but they are also bored out of their minds, and then suddenly a little fun jumps into their cage. Of course they're going to jump on them. Kind of like when you take a woman into a male prison. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.